Fly, Eagles, fly. The Philadelphia Eagles are officially entering a high-stakes standoff as the calendar flips to June, potentially altering the franchise's trajectory for years to come. This massive shift in the roster dynamic is keeping fans on the edge of their seats, and honestly, you need to know exactly what's happening behind closed doors. Greetings to all our dedicated fans tuning in from Philadelphia to every corner of the United States. We truly appreciate your constant support. Before we dive into the details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. We are breaking down the complex reality behind the expected trade departure that has everyone talking today. Stay tuned for the full scoop. The reason for all this intense attention is the rapidly approaching June 1st deadline, which marks the moment the sweepstakes for A.J. Brown finally kick into high gear. At the center of this developing drama is the realization that the relationship between the star receiver and the organization has significantly deteriorated, leading to an inevitable separation. For months, the rumors have swirled regarding whether A.J. Brown would stay or go, but the consensus is now clear. The Eagles are prepared to move on. While the New England Patriots have emerged as the most likely landing spot, the situation remains fluid, depending heavily on the compensation offered and potential interest from other franchises. Many observers assume the Eagles lack leverage because A.J. Brown has explicitly requested a trade, but that perspective overlooks the structural genius of the front office. By waiting until after the June 1st threshold, the Eagles gain the ability to distribute the dead cap from his contract over 2 years, preventing a massive immediate hit to their salary cap flexibility. This strategic patience is exactly why the team isn't rushing into a bad deal. Even though the narrative suggests the front office is against the ropes, the financial reality tells a completely different story. They have navigated this entire offseason with the clear intent of trading A.J. Brown while simultaneously revamping the wide receiver core and upgrading other critical roster positions. Their ability to manage this transition while still selecting Mekhi Lemon in the first round and securing a deal for Jonathan Greenard proves they have a firm grip on the situation. With over $26 million in cap space currently available, they are not operating from a position of desperation. They can afford to play the waiting game, holding on to A.J. Brown until the trade package matches their valuation, ensuring that the franchise secures the future first-round pick they desire. It is a calculated move that keeps the ball firmly in their court. The potential arrival of multiple suitors adds a complex layer of intrigue to the trade discussions that goes far beyond a simple exchange with the New England Patriots. While it is widely reported that A.J. Brown has a personal preference for the Patriots, and they certainly have an urgent need for his elite playmaking abilities, the framework of a deal is not yet solidified. This delay is working entirely in favor of the Eagles, as it creates an opening for other organizations to enter the conversation and gauge the price. We have already seen teams like the Los Angeles Rams show genuine interest, with reports previously highlighting their willingness to put a future first-round selection on the table. While Philadelphia prefers a 2027 pick, the prospect of a high-value future asset is clearly the benchmark they are using to negotiate. If the Patriots are truly committed to acquiring A.J. Brown, they may find themselves in a bidding war that forces them to surrender the maximum compensation the Eagles are demanding. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars are also names that could realistically emerge in these sweepstakes, further complicating the decision-making process for the front office. Every extra team that calls inquiring about A.J. Brown represents a massive opportunity for the Eagles to increase their leverage. Even if a deal seems close to completion with New England, the front office is wise to hold out for one final check of the market. This isn't just about moving on from a player who no longer wants to be in the building. It is about maximizing the long-term ROI for the franchise. The Eagles understand that once A.J. Brown is gone, they need to ensure they have brought in the premium draft capital required to remain Super Bowl contenders for the duration of this championship window. If New England wants him badly enough, they are going to have to make an offer that the Eagles simply cannot refuse, regardless of who else is lurking in the shadows of the trade market. When we analyze the power dynamics at play, it is essential to remember that this entire scenario is not a problem created by the Eagles, but rather a request they are fulfilling in good faith. A.J. Brown is the one who initiated the trade request, and the organization is now focused on finding a resolution that serves their interests while honoring his desire to move on. Despite the noise, the Eagles are in a position of complete control because of how they manage their finances leading into the summer. With substantial cap room to spare and only a single remaining draft pick to sign, the team is under no financial duress to offload the contract prematurely. Even with $33 million in guaranteed money left, the Eagles can comfortably navigate the roster build without making a concessionary trade. This luxury of patience is what separates a top-tier front office from a rebuilding one. The question remains regarding how the team will handle the upcoming mandatory minicamp and training camp if a trade is not finalized immediately. Would they tolerate a hold-in from a player who has already checked out mentally? That is the ultimate internal calculation the front office must make. However, the most likely outcome is that they will not let business-related friction prevent them from securing a first-round pick. If they have to wait until late in the summer, they will do so. They have clearly demonstrated that they are not interested in a fire sale or a discounted departure. Both parties certainly want to avoid an ugly public spectacle, but the Eagles have proven time and again that they will prioritize the long-term health of the team over the immediate comfort of any single player. This situation is the ultimate test of their disciplined approach, and based on the recent moves to bolster the roster, they are passing with flying colors. Looking ahead to the coming weeks, the urgency of this trade will only intensify as teams begin their final roster assessments for the 2026 season. The Eagles have positioned themselves to be the clear winners of this transaction, regardless of which team finally meets their asking price. By not succumbing to early offseason pressure, they have successfully kept their options open and maintained their ability to pivot if a better offer arises from a team like the Los Angeles Rams or another dark horse contender. This is exactly how a successful franchise handles a disgruntled star. They acknowledge the request, maintain their standard, and hold firm until the right compensation arrives. Fans should be encouraged by the fact that the team didn't panic when the trade rumors first surfaced. Instead, they continued their aggressive pursuit of talent, proving that the identity of the team remains strong regardless of whether A.J. Brown is in the lineup or not. The focus now shifts to the negotiation room, where the Philadelphia front office will continue to squeeze every ounce of value out of this situation. If the Patriots want their man, they need to pay the premium. If another team wants to jump into the fold and offer a better package, the Eagles are more than willing to listen. It is a brilliant display of organizational leverage that keeps the team moving forward. As we head deeper into June, the likelihood of a major announcement grows by the hour. We are witnessing a masterclass in patient roster management that ensures the Philadelphia Eagles will be right back in the mix for the Lombardi Trophy, regardless of the roster changes occurring this summer. The foundation is set, the cap space is managed, and the team is ready to capitalize on the draft assets that will inevitably come back in return for A.J. Brown. The Philadelphia Eagles have played their cards perfectly, proving that patience is indeed a virtue when it comes to navigating the complex landscape of the NFL trade market. As we wait to see which team eventually pulls the trigger and satisfies the high demands of the front office, the excitement for what is coming next remains at an all-time high. A.J. Brown's departure seems all but certain, but the haul he brings back will dictate the next chapter for this team. We want to hear your thoughts on this high-stakes standoff. Do you believe the Patriots are going to surrender the first-round pick the Eagles are demanding, or will another team swoop in at the last minute to steal the deal? Drop a comment below and let us know your prediction for where A.J. Brown ends up and what you think the final trade compensation will be. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss our next update on this developing story. This is a critical summer for the franchise, and we are going to be here covering every single move for you. Fly, Eagles, fly!